Are you a beginner artist and would love to learn how to draw Stitch? Perfect, because that's what I'm going to teach you how to draw today. If you're watching this video and would love to watch more videos of me teaching you how to draw, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
First, how I would start Stitch is I would start by drawing Stitch's head. And Stitch's head is a really circular shape. And just like we went over with drawing a circle, same exact way. Draw the circle, start by drawing your drawing light. And that's how you can get a nice circle like this. A nice shape of a circle. Then we're gonna go, because that's all that drawing really is, in my opinion, is just breaking down whatever you're drawing into shapes, and on top of that is guidelines. So what I do with most pictures, or most pictures with faces, portraits with faces, people, animals, whatever, is apply guidelines, determine where the middle of your subject's face is. So I'll make this, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Make this horizontal. I'll make this vertical line that is, it's somewhat curved because it'll end up being, it's somewhat curved because Stitch is at a 45-degree angle. Like Stitch isn't looking straight at you, but he's looking like this way. Oh, it'll be this way because I'm reflected. But so now I've got my where I want to deem as the Stitch's center of his face, and I got where I'm going to be placing his eyes, which is that horizontal line. So these next guidelines I placed, I used to not place when I was drawing up until I want to say like 18, 19, 20. So if you are younger than that, actually it doesn't even matter if you're younger than that, because if you're younger than that, or if you're older than that but you've been drawing for less than 10 years, this is I guess you could say it will save you time. Because I used to never draw these lines. These lines I'm drawing right now is like where I see that his eyes, like it's space between his eyes. I used to never draw that guideline, and then I would always draw my pictures or my people, my characters, with their eyes so close together. But now that we've made those lines, we know that his eyes should be that far apart. His eyes aren't like complete circles. The Stitch, even though he's hiding as a dog on Earth in the show / movie, he's really an alien. So these are technically alien eyes. So they're definitely bigger than human eyes, but they're also not complete circles like SpongeBob or a character like that. And actually, if you look closely, you can see that his eyes aren't even like identical in the picture, because again, that's because he's at an angle. So like your eyes look identical, look the same when you're looking straight on, but when you turn, this eye right here, an angle, you know what I mean? This other eye. In the past videos is that so it's like mistake, and that's a positive so far. And we can always see where we're at. Frustrated when it comes to drawing or painting, like do your best, see where you're at, and then make the adjustments that's needed. So yeah, obviously in his eyes are like, I assume that's the light eyes. And then we got his nose, which is in the center of his face, of course. Because it's somehow So now we're gonna start trying to create his nose. This is something I learned in which is that with your eye or with your thumb. They say like measuring with your eye or with your thumb, or you can use your thumb as a measuring tool. But if we look at the details, notice the details, we look closely, we can see that obviously his nose is in the middle of his face, but the top of his nose is like almost, it's like higher than the top of his eyes, which is something. You definitely tell he is not of this world, but still an adorable character, of course. So we're gonna do like so. It's like somewhat of a circular shape. It comes together towards the bottom. There we go. I'll make this a little bit in the eye. Also make this a little bit in. Then you have his nostrils. His little curves. erase a little bit in there. Oh boy. Alright. Oh yeah, and I'm going to say this throughout the video, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. Also, if you guys have any, you guys want me to draw anything, any other characters, any other things, you can comment them as well. So yeah, we got his nose. I'm like erasing a little bit to make his eye a little bit like wider, like a little bit wider open, as you can see. So his eyebrows are interesting because they kind of like, because they like, he clearly has like spots where his eyes are, like, so like there, like you got his eye, and then you got like a spot, like spots to for both of his eyes, like funny enough like that. And on top of those spots are his eyebrows. Like got really thin eyebrows, but they like kind of show where his spots are on his eyes anyway. So we're gonna go from his eyebrow down and then create this shape as well. Very cool. And if you want, like I'm doing, I'm gonna continue to make his eye a little wider open because he's such an animated character. It's such a, like everything, he's on 1,000 like all the time. That's why I'm gonna choose to make his eye wider open. I'm gonna redo this highlight in his eye. And right now I'm doing all this in Procreate. Like I said in my last video, you don't need to do this in Procreate. You don't need to have an iPad. Just grab a piece of paper and pencil and draw. The reason I'm doing this in Procreate is to be able to screen record and show you guys as I draw. You know? Alright, what do we got? Where we at? Alright, so we're doing the spots of his eyes. So we got the one spot situated. Let's bring down this over here. There's the other spot. I'm definitely interested in seeing how this is going to come out. Like I said, I haven't really drawn. I don't think I've drawn this before. Like if I have, I've drawn it like maybe once. We'll see how it goes. It's coming up pretty good, I think. Now Stitch has, like most characters, have these little hairs sticking up at the top. These cute little hairs. He's furry, of course. Oh, another detail I just noticed is that above his eyebrow, or I would assume his eyebrow, he has like those, like that, like wrinkle of of skin that is like right above it. I wonder what the process was of like creating Stitch as a character. Definitely seems interesting. This, I'm gonna erase again. Let's just to clean it up. Do that. So you have the same thing on the other side. Very cool. It even has those like you know how if you smile, you have like a, or if you just those little wrinkles in your face when you have an expression. He has that with his nose too, if you notice. So like right above his nose, erase. Right above his nose, he's got these lines that his nose is like curving up where his skin, where his like face. All right, where we at now? Let's bring this down a little bit over here. Again, create his spots on his eyes. You can even, depending on how big your nose is, I just made my Stitch's nose a little bit bigger because he's got a nice round nose. The rounder the better. I might even erase a little bit just to clean it up. Good stuff. Alright. And as you can see, this is taking time. It's not a quick smiley face. Like it takes time to make art. Art isn't a quick process. So especially when you have details and you want to recreate something, you gotta put the time in and take your time. Alright, so should we go ears or mouth first? Let's go ears. Let's go ears because he doesn't even look like Stitch without the big ears. Alright, and then let's just go ears from here. So how I would do it, it's almost like a flower. It's almost like a flower in the way that, or like a petal, in the way that it like kind of folds. So you got the inside of his ear, that's the major part of it that we see. And then you got the outside of his ear, that's like you see a little bit because he's always listening. He got his ears like that. So yeah. that. There we go. We're curving. Yeah, as you can tell, when you're drawing organic things, it's mainly curves. You know, things like this is a very curvy drawing or curvy character. Like he's mainly a round character. His ears are, even though you might think they're pointy, they're really not. They're really curvy. You might have some points, like there's like a slit in his ear that's like basically a triangle. But more than anything, they're very curvy. You can even make his ear a little bit like more open because definitely bigger ears. Or use the eraser to clean that up. There we go. And then we bring it on home. Looks like the ear just comes right back to where it started. And you have a little bit of the outside of it right there. Now we're getting Stitch. Now this is looking like Stitch. See? Alright, so where do we want to go next with this? I think we should do his mouth, because his mouth is like 50% of his face. Now again, this is something I noticed when I want to say when I was like 18 or 19, because his mouth is open, like but he's still smiling. So what we're gonna do is gonna make an open mouth. You can do it slow or quickly. Like if you want to draw like the shape of his mouth, it's this curve up, this curve, it's just opposite curve. But then this part, he's smiling. Oh my god, page getting messy. Page got a little messy. Let's clean that up a little bit. There we go. That's all. Okay, there we go. Back to business. All right. So here it is. Because the thing is about it is like his mouth is wide open. But he's also smiling. So you got to make this open on the top and the bottom. But you also got to remember that it just turns into a smile. So anytime you're drawing a character and they're like hey, or happy, like just they're happy. You obviously got to make their mouths wide open, but don't forget the smirk, because that is essential. You gotta show that Stitch is happy. I can even make this lower more because again, his face or his mouth is like 50% of his actual face. Right, you see, once again, using the eraser tool, or using the eraser because everyone makes mistakes. Using the eraser, erasing the guidelines. That's the thing, guys. People think that artists are perfect, or how do you do that? Or they're like, wow, they're amazed. But we're all just human. We're all just figuring things out one day at a time. Just erasing. We're gonna get right back into drawing his mouth. I just wanted to clean this up some more. Where we're at anyway. Well, even down there, like his jaw is like insanely open. So we can bring down his mouth. He's showing you all of his teeth. His teeth are a little scattered. This is a good start for sure. Wish the pencil wasn't getting all over the place, but it's an easy fix. Oh, 1 second, guys. Actually, let me hold everything. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Alright, back to this. Alright, so I would say once you got your mouth situated, you're gonna get a little bit more erasing just right here, this little detail. Get that up here. Cool. Then you can finish shaping his mouth together. Again, you're just looking at his details, going about it piece by piece. It's like putting a puzzle together. There you have it. It's pretty good. Alright, and then also outside, before we get to the teeth, if you notice outside of his face, this is like the one spot on his face that isn't round, and it follows the shape of his mouth, like his jaw. That's technically Stitch's jawline. Again, we'll try to make it as round as possible because it's still real close to a circle. I'm not even super used to drawing on Procreate like this, but we're getting it done. We're definitely getting it done. go. Now that we're here, we can get to drawing the inside of his mouth. So I personally would start with the tongue, because it kind of, then you can kind of like maneuver where his teeth are around the tongue. Once the tongue is placed, the tongue kind of looks, again, it's curvy, kind of looks like a wave or a couple hills back there, because we have like two sides to the tongue, like, and that's what he's got going on right here. So I would make this tongue curvy, big tongue, wow, and then I would start to add the teeth. So his first teeth that I would start with, you can see it's like one of the biggest teeth he's got, and it intersects with the tongue, just like so. And then if you can keep making those curvy triangles, you'll get in different sizes. So as you get to the end of his side of his mouth, the teeth are getting smaller until you go back to the inside of his mouth. His two front teeth, I never even noticed this, but Stitch has like a little gap. Stitch got a little gap. So yeah, but even the two front teeth are just like the biggest teeth, just smaller, curvy triangles. And now this tooth, the second biggest tooth, doesn't really intersect with the tongue like that. And if you want to, you can make this like the tongue curve like smaller, like lower. I'm not gonna. I think that this, like, it being like touching is like not a huge deal. It still looks like Stitch. So we're just gonna define our lines a little more. And if you can tell, if you look closely, you see like a little circle or a half circle back there behind his tongue that shows like the entryway to his throat, and that shows depth within his mouth. And then again, we're going back to his teeth, and like we said before, as we get closer to the side of his teeth, side of his mouth, teeth get smaller and smaller. Wow, this is really starting to look like Stitch. Okay, I'm just erase and clean them up. Now where are we at? All right, now we gotta do the bottom teeth. So the bottom teeth, you can see more of like their bottom, where they touch the gums. So you can't see his top gums at all. But you can see like the shape of the bottom of the teeth. Shape of the bottom teeth. So again, they're just like the top teeth, like triangular and like curvy. But for the teeth, but they're get round at their base. If that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. If that makes sense to you guys, hopefully that makes sense. But once again, as we go further to the side, teeth just get smaller, smaller, smaller. Close that up right there, and that'll be the end of where his gums are. So you guys gums in the front, and you guys gums on the side. Show him detail. Give him a little tooth right here. And a little tooth right here. You know, it's funny that Lilo and Stitch came out when I was a child. Gotta be when I was like 7, 8, or like between those ages and like 10. So it's funny that after all these years, Lilo and Stitch, especially Stitch, is still relevant and like still kids to this day, kids' favorite, like one of their favorite characters, or like stuffed animals. Like my daughter loves Stitch, so I think that's really cool and really interesting. I honestly kind of wonder why that is, like what makes Stitch such a likable character, you know? So still doing the triangles, finishing up the teeth. Leave it at that. One. Throw a triangle right there. There we go. Leave it at that. Alright, this Stitch is coming together. Going for it. I'll be right back. Five sec or 5%, huh? Alright, so we gotta wrap. Keep going. We gotta wrap this up. So yeah. So now we got his mouth, we got his face, we got his mouth, we got one ear in there. Do a little bit of erasing of his eye. Clean that up. Alright, let's add to his second ear. So if you look over here, let's see about this. I want to say we can even make kind of like how it is. I want to like bring it in just a little bit, just a tad. Not too much, not too crazy. Gotta add his ear. Gotta do it well. All right, so let's add his ear. Where are we starting from? Like around where his eye is, like eye level. So the beginning of his ear starts like pretty close to the same height of his eye. Like we said, it's a curvy ear, and it's similar to like a flower petal, the way it folds. So we do that. Curvy on the inside, curvy on the outside. And then that flap comes to about here, right there. Same thing. The ear is almost pointy, but it's not even curvy at the top. Keep it open, nice and open. And then bring her in, like so. And then you see a little bit of the outside like that. Bring that in as well. There we go. And as you can see, he's got like a slit in his ear over there. So that's just a nice little triangle. Erase to open that up. There we go. Now we got Stitch's face. Stitch's face is complete. Do some cleaning up. Wherever you see where you should clean it up with your eraser, feel free. It's just gonna make your Stitch more like Stitch. Any details that don't need to be there or guidelines that don't need to be there, just go ahead and erase them. Doing great. Alright, what's we got to do? We got to do his body. I think we've done the majority because his head, or at least the majority of the detail, because his head is almost as big as his body, but it definitely has more details in it. So let's get this, let's finish her up. So again, just break it down into shapes. Usually you can break just about anything into circles. Circles, squares, rectangles. So I'm gonna start with his chest. It's coming off of that, and as they get call it smaller. So that's, again, by erasing, a little bit more like fur, like hair. I'll circle for his arm, and then bring it in for another curve, and then like his forearm. And then his other arm is the same circle. And then it doesn't look like two circles anymore. It just looks like Stitch's arms. So yeah, we're doing good. Then we got his back. If you're looking, you gotta pay attention to where things are. So Stitch is not skinny, short. Stitch is a little thick. So you can make those curves on him. He's got his leg right here, like so. Once again, round tail. If he didn't have a tail, he's got the detail, like spots. So, what else over here? We could bring his, like, that part of his face down to make it more round. Go erase. My iPad's about to die, but let's see that his hands are right here, or his paws, and we'll just make circulars and shape. We haven't done hands yet. They're definitely not for the weekday. I feel like every artist can completely for sure. Same thing. Make this like a curve line. Got black cloth. Make little triangles. 20 triangles. Boom, 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 boom. How are we looking so far before my iPad dies? Foot over here. So his leg. And then his other little alien foot. Erasing things that don't need to be there, like these lines. And this circle toe. Circle toe. And just adding detail. The only thing I see with my Stitch is that his body could have been a little bit longer. This is proof that even after 10 years of being a mural artist and like 20 years of drawing, my joint just died. Kidding me. Hopefully it's saved. So my iPad died. Now I got on the charger, so hopefully it won't die again. Where we're at right now, it's basically done. You should have some variation of this, and just like we've been saying. Alright, like we've been saying, just clean up your sketch. Oh my god, are we kidding me? Alright, just clean up your sketch, make it neat, make it nice and neat. That's why you draw lightly and you build it up. If you have something like this, you got the option to color it in, add color to it, or you could just shade the parts you want to shade. Give them black eyes. Get more of that Stitch vibe. Shade eyes. What else would we shade? We could shade the nostrils. Go. Over the top of the eye. What else? I would shade the nose lightly so you can tell the difference between the darkest part and just a darker part of Stitch. And his nose is around the same color as the spots on his back. His back darker. What else? Because his mouth has depth, you can add shadow, like lightly shading the back. Shade it in, shade it in. You can add some shadow to the top part of his teeth because his mouth would create a shadow on his teeth. But there would definitely be a shadow back there, definitely the dark part. You can figure out where your light source is. So say like we did this last time. The shadow of the light is always going to be opposite of the light source. So if I'm shading in over here, that means the light is coming from the opposite side. So I'm shading on the right, I'm shading on the left. So that means the shadow or the light is coming from the left side. Oh, I'm shading on the left side, creating the shadow so that the light is coming from the right side. Just keep shading. More coloring while I'm shading. I think this looks really good, guys. If you guys are creating your own artwork, I would love to see what you created. You can email me at jalaniart@gmail.com. You can email your artwork that you created, and I would love to see what you came up with. We're just shading, we're just adding color. Like we said in our last video about making a 3D circle, is that the darker you create shadow with and create depth with gradient. So you want to make sure your shadow goes from dark to light. It has that nice little gradient to show that it's a shadow, to show its depth and whatnot. Yeah, it's really just good vibes. It's nice drawing Stitch. I know one character I've drawn a good amount of times from my childhood is SpongeBob. So maybe I'll draw SpongeBob on here one of these days. You guys just gotta let me know what you want me to draw next, and I might end up drawing it. That might be the next video. So like I said, comment if you have any questions or concerns or anything you want to say. Let me know if this video was helpful for you. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know what you want me to draw next. I just found another detail. He's got like little wrinkles under his eyes. But yeah, this was super enjoyable. I had a crummy day, but this was therapeutic, I would say. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope you guys like my drawing. And yeah, that is Stitch for you. You can always add more details if you want, add more shadows if you want, depending on how far you want to go with it. But that's how I would draw Stitch. I hope this helps. So yeah, let me know if this video was good. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you had a good time drawing Stitch. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure you check out my coloring books. I'll leave the website in the description. I hope this video helps. I hope you learned something today.
Hey, if you guys like this video, make sure you check out these videos where we talk more about music, dating, and real life situations. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Make sure you check out these videos and make sure you subscribe. Peace.